Alright guys, this is the stuff I found today at my old stomping grounds. I didn't I didn't plan on going. I worked till about 12 o'clock today, and the sun was shining the whole time I was working, and the longer I worked, the more anxious I got to go. So the camera, not having the camera is not going to stop the hunt. I hunted a long time before I ever owned a camera. I've had tons of heartbreaking things today. That would have been awesome. All these big tools. A lot of them's broken. A couple of them's complete. This big nodule hornstone. Looks like he worked up into a tool. Here's, I believe it's another broken celt. It doesn't really look like it ever been finished. I don't know if they ever finished it or not. It's flat on both sides. That right there was really polished heavy right there. Found me a piece of pottery. It's only the second piece of pottery I've ever found at the old stomping grounds. It wasn't much bigger than that. Look at a row of drills. That one had some awesome colors in it. Gray tip and purple. And I found these right here. Got little pieces missing. Found me 2 blunts today. There's one of them. And this big sandy blunt. It's pretty nice. And now here's a blunt I wanted to show you. Check this thing out. It looks like Squidward on SpongeBob. But you look at what here. That's in double knots. I believe that'd be that Laeton base, or Laeton. If that other side hadn't been broken. That's cool. Like a spider nearly. And here, look at this heartbreaker. Big old Benton. I mean, that would have been a monster of a Benton blade, and it would have been a monster of a drill. That base is like 1.25 inches wide. They don't last long though. Them right there don't, with them wide bases. That's my theory on it. You got a whole lot more torque behind that in twisting one than you do one that's got a base like this. And little pencil drills and things like that. They're the only ones just about. I found a few T-drills that survived, but I'm persuaded they just torqued down a whole lot better, and they snapped them. Look at that flake that they made into a, it's just a bulb, and they turned it into a little hafted scraper. Found some pretty good stuff. About every other one will have that base gone, and I don't believe it's by accident. Here's a pretty good blade. I mean, it's complete, it's what I meant. It's crooked as a dog's hind leg, but it would have got the job done. And a funky little piece. Here's another funky little piece, but I like it. Got good shape to it. It's a little thick. It's a whole lot thick. I collect thick points too, though. This is the first piece I found on the day. The ground looks like it's trying to dry up pretty good. Maybe it won't be too much longer. They'll be able to move it around a little bit. Found me another drill today. Look how crooked that thing is. I'm glad to find all of them though. He's complete. Here'll be my point find of the day. That's a pretty big sandy right there. I don't know if you can tell the colors in it or not. It's, well, when it dries, it's going to be a pink burgundy mix. It's a pretty one though. The ground base. I found something today. I mean, I'm just shocked by it. You should look at this thing right here. It's the biggest silt I ever seen, and the oddest material I ever seen one made out of. That thing, when you stand it up, it's 9 1/4 inches. I measured it with a ruler before I come out of here, and it's 3 1/2 inches wide, and I don't know how thick it is, but it's thick. And it's mangled. It's got chunks tore out of it, I mean, everywhere. You can see it had quartz inclusions. But yet, as mangled as it is, I'm still glad that I can see roughly how long it was, you know, the general outline of it. You can pretty much gather how thick it was, how wide it was, and how long it was, even with all the, unlike it being broke half in two where I found so many of them like, or just the bit end, you know. That's a monster of a piece. I was glad to find it. I'm surprised I even bothered bending over and checking. I don't even remember which end was sticking out. It seemed like that bit right there was sticking out, but most everything else was in the ground. Because I left a hole big as a opening of a 5-gallon bucket top trying to get it out. It's got a good pole on it on one side. That's crazy. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. Maybe next time we'll get our camera out with us, but I wasn't going to let that stop the hunt like I mentioned. And hope you enjoy the video. And we'll get back after them whenever we get an opportunity. Later.